Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I am Samantha the Introvert. Today I want to give you my personal review on episode 11 of PitBabe the series. I already did my reviews on episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Links are in the description below, so without further ado, let's get into it. The episode starts off with Babe at Alan's place, and Alan is taking care of Babe after Dean almost trying to get rid of Babe. Jeff is there, and Jeff said he reported Dean to the police. And while the police asked Dean, the police can't confirm that Dean really working for Tony. And with Tony's name in good for people's eyes, it's hard to come up with something against Tony. But one thing's for sure, Babe will make it his life mission to take Tony down, especially with what happened to Charlie. We then see Wade taking up the drinking partner offer with Pete. With how things are going and the fact that we're on episode 11 and 2 more episodes to go, will we even get a Pete Way? Anyways, because of the whole conflict with Babe, Wade's wondering if he's on the right side. And Pete advised Wade that Wade is the only person that can find out for himself. At least we know why Pete was very hesitant when Alan first introduced Wade to Pete. It's because Pete knows Wade, and just like Babe, Pete knew of Tony's evil plan and left. The next day, news about Tony doing another auction for the kids got out, but to the public, people think that Tony is doing another charity for the kids to give to good rich people. But you're telling me that Tony that good that no one was suspicious? Does Tony handpick these rich people? Because I find it strange that no one find these people strange. Okay, or maybe no one sees them because Tony is doing this privately, but the public is being fooled. Anyways, Babe came and said to Alan and Jeff that he still finds it strange that the only thing they found on Charlie's car is that the brake lines were cut and nothing else, and Charlie still died. But Babe says even if the evidence says that, Charlie is still dead and Tony and Dean is the reason, and Babe said he will stop Tony even if it means Babe will die. Alan said he has Babe's back, and Alan dragged Jeff into it. And honestly, Jeff agreed because he doesn't want to look suspicious. The scene then shifts to Charlie's body, so we are clear that Charlie is still alive. And we see that this guy is the one who's taking care of Charlie. Anyway, he heard a knock at the door, and dude have to be protected because no one should know of his location. But it turns out to be Jeff. It's amazing to me how they got away with this dangerous plan. Anyways, it seems Jeff knows this man very good because he seems very caring towards Jeff and Charlie. Anyways, Charlie woke up and heard Jeff talking to the man saying he's staying with Alan. Then Jeff told Charlie all what happened with Tony and what he's doing and why he's staying at Alan's with the others as well. Jeff said because of everyone knowing Charlie's dead, it's not looking good. Tony sent Kenta to find more Alpha kids and Babe is still not fully recovered. We get to find out that this dangerous death plan was Charlie's idea. All this time, Charlie had the idea, but Jeff was the one who laid out the plan in motion and Charlie just went with it. Then Jeff went to Tony to give a plan to make it look like he's on Tony's side, but it was never the case. Kenta then went to Dean to let Dean do the car adjusting and let Dean believe he will go on the red team if he does. Dean did the job by cutting the brake wire. Then we see Jeff went to check on Charlie's car and see what Dean did, just to see if Dean didn't do any more damaging. Then at the race, Jeff, who is still scared for Charlie, but it was the only way Tony can stop chasing him. Wow, the things these kids do to get Tony off their backs. Then we see that at the racetrack, Charlie closed his eyes and deliberately swerves the car, causing it to crash. So it's clear all this crash was caused by Charlie, and the whole listening was because Charlie was using Babe's power to listen for the car. Then we see the man talking to the doctor who told Babe that Charlie is dead. Anyways, the man seems to know personally on what Tony is about, and because of that, he was willing to help Charlie because due to the past mistakes, he doesn't want anyone getting hurt by Tony again. Anyways, they have this serum that only been tested on animals in the military. This thing can stop a person's heartbeat, but again, it has not been tested on humans, and they are risking it on Charlie. I mean, homeboy could lose his doctor's license if he does this. That is how dangerous this is. They went with this dangerous plan and Charlie was okay with it. And that made Babe got his powers back. Later, the man used an antidote to bring Charlie to life. Because technically, Charlie did die for just a couple of hours, I guess. Honestly, this was a very risky move, and I'm glad that plan worked and Charlie came back to life because it was a 50-50 chance that Charlie wouldn't have made it. Again, this was never done on humans, so it was scary the least. We get to know that the thing they used not only stopped Charlie's heart but also stopped his ability. And if he continued using it, of something closer to it, then Charlie will lose his ability and be normal, which is what Charlie wants. Charlie then asks Jeff how he knows the guy because Charlie doesn't know the man. He only agrees to stay with him because of Jeff. Jeff told Charlie that when he tries to escape from Tony, the man was the one who helped him, and the man knew of Tony and his evil ways. Jeff then said that man has someone he's protecting from Tony, and Charlie commented that being a lab rat for the man is okay as long as Tony doesn't come for them. Jeff also wants to get rid of his ability, but Charlie said he would be the lab rat, and if the potion works on getting rid of his ability without any damages, then Jeff can use it, but for now Jeff will have to wait. Jeff later got home and saw that Alan was waiting for him. Jeff then made an excuse as to why he came home late. Jeff then said Alan doesn't have to wait for him because he's not Alan's boy. Clearly he means they're not in a relationship. But Alan is making it clear to Jeff that he wants Jeff and that they are not in a relationship yet. Emphasizes on the yet. Then we see Alan sad because Jeff not liking him, but Sonic and North making it clear that they see that Jeff likes Alan. Alan then said it's been a year since he's been with anyone and he doesn't know what to do to get Jeff's attention and asking Sonic and North for help, but their help was not helping. Then we see Kim really adjusting to Alan's place. Alan is then left alone to figure out a way to get closer to Jeff. So Alan left a voice note to Jeff saying he wants to meet and talk about something important. We then see Babe went to Pete, but because Pete doesn't want this to discuss in the building, Pete told Babe to meet up somewhere else. And it's a good thing he did because someone was keeping a close eye on them. The guy who was watching Pete and Babe reported to Kenta, and Kenta told the guy who wanted to deal with them and Babe's team, but Kenta said to not do anything because Kenta believes that they are too hurt because of Charlie's passing. They won't do anything. And as for Pete, Kenta said he will deal with Pete himself. We get to see that Jeff was invited to skate, even though Alan can't skate. But Alan wants to be and feel young. Anyways, Alan starts to flirt with Jeff on his own, and trust me, it's working. Alan gave Jeff a bracelet with a letter A and his as J, so Alan's clearly saying that Jeff has his heart and Alan has Jeff's. Jeff made it clear to us that he wants to be in a relationship with Alan, but his abilities holding him back. But it doesn't matter what Jeff said, Alan won't change his feelings for Jeff. Their bracelet is a half heart that magnetic to be a full heart. I love it. And that was all Alan's, not no help from Sonic or North. After that, they went home kissing and proceed to do some deeds. Then Jeff finally confessed to Alan. This is Jeff's first time, so he's a bit hesitant, but Alan is letting Jeff know it's okay. They putting in work, so much so they moving different the location. Jeff said Alan is his first, and Alan made it clear to Jeff that he will be Jeff's first and last. It's the bracelet for me. We then see Kenta remembering how he first met Pete. It is clear to us that Kenta is not an alpha, so that means Kenta is just normal? Or maybe at first, Tony thought Kenta had no abilities, but because he shows no sign of abilities. But wait, why keep Kenta? When Pete was about to leave, Kenta was there trying to stop Pete, but that didn't work. Even though Kenta knew how Tony is, Kenta could not bring himself to leave because to Kenta, Tony helped him from where he was, which is nothing. Pete saw the shady business that Tony did to the kids. Because of that, Pete left Tony, but that would mean Pete left before Babe, right? Or is it after Babe? Anyways, we see Pete meet up with Babe, talking about Tony and what Tony has done. They're trying to come up with a plan to take down Tony, but they need full evidence of Tony's shady deals. Pete suggests they find someone who knows of Tony and use that person to get the evidence we need, but the person is Wei, and Babe doesn't want to work with Wei. Right now, Wei is still feeling sad and guilty of betraying Babe, that he always comes to drink and get drunk. Elsewhere, we see Pete getting home and being greeted by Kenta. Pete has powers, but I'm not sure what that is yet. So the thing is, Pete and Kenta were very close. So much close that Kenta likes Pete. So does that mean we won't be getting a Pete Way? The episode ends with a cliffhanger. Okay guys, that is the end of my review on episode 11 of PitBabe the series. Stay tuned for my review on episode 12. And as always, if you like my review, give them a thumbs up, subscribe, hit notification bell so you never miss any of my videos, and I'll see you next time.